If you've seen my video about 50 Happy Years, the celebration of Disney's 50th anniversary, then this logo should look familiar to you. That's because this ViewMaster gift set was issued in 1973, and it is Disney favorites, and it has 7 stereo reels. That adds up to 49 exciting full-color 3-dimensional pictures, as it says. So we're going to be taking a look today at ViewMaster sets, the ones that focus on Disneyland, as a matter of fact. But before we get to that, I just wanted to invite you once again to please subscribe. You know, it's remarkable that 57% of you who watch these videos are non-subscribers. So please take a moment right now to subscribe using the subscribe button. And I thank you for your support. Getting back to the Disney ViewMaster reels, let's take a look at what was inside this set, this gift pack as it's called. I don't know how well you can see this, but it's all very neatly set inside. And of course, it came with a ViewMaster viewer, which looks very 70s to me. It's kind of blocky, but looks great and works great. And we even have a bonus here, an entry form for Walt Disney Productions 50 Happy Years sweepstakes. 50 trips to Walt Disney World or Disneyland, Mickey Mouse wristwatches, 50 transistor radios, 50 record albums, which was the record album that I showed you in another video, 50 talking ViewMasters, and a lot more. Now, if you want to enter the sweepstakes, you better hurry because you have to mail it no later than January 31st, 1974. And then, of course, we have the Disney Favorites set. Contains 7 stereo reels. Most of these are animated productions, such as Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Bambi, Snow White. But if we look inside, we also see that in addition to all those that I've mentioned, there is a reel of Disneyland stereoptic pictures, not surprisingly, and there's some really wonderful views. Now, as you might recall from my previous video about ViewMaster sets, ViewMaster was founded in 1939 by Sawyers, and in 1951, Sawyers bought their competitor, TrueView. TrueView had a Disney license, so ViewMaster started producing Disney-themed ViewMaster sets. Naturally, when Disneyland Park opened in 1955, ViewMaster was going to have Disneyland sets because, of course, that beautiful park is a perfect subject for ViewMaster reels with their 3D effect. And it's really fascinating and fun to look back on those early sets, which were issued in 1956, to see those early views of the park. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those Disneyland ViewMaster sets from that early in the game. In fact, I really only have a relative few, but I'd like to share those with you. The earliest Disneyland ViewMaster set I have is this one that's all about New Orleans Square. Certainly one of my favorite realms of the park, and that wasn't added at Disneyland until 1966. As you can see, this ViewMaster pack has the GAF logo. That's because in 1966, GAF bought ViewMaster and the Sawyers logo was retired. And this is one of the first GAF branded ViewMaster packets because New Orleans Square opened in 1966. This is, I think, from 1967, actually, because it includes Pirates of the Caribbean, which was brand new in 1967. And then there was another set later that incorporated the Haunted Mansion, which opened in 1969. But at any rate, this is such a wonderful set. Reel 1 includes strolling jazz musicians, the one-of-a-kind gift shop, the iron lace balconies, the Blue Bayou Lagoon, really focusing on the beauty and unique styling of New Orleans Square in general. As I also mentioned in my earlier video about ViewMaster, in 1970, GAF redesigned the covers so they have this wonderful style with this bar across the top. So since this is the Mickey Mouse Club, the subject or category is the wonderful world of Disney. TV shows and movies that were non-Disney had the Showtime category, as you see here on the Happy Days set. Here's the Dukes of Hazzard, packet number 2. And that also is Showtime. But when it comes to Disneyland, it goes from the wonderful world of Disney to the wonderful world of Disneyland, with sort of this burst, really sort of emphasizing how special Disneyland is and that everybody loves Disneyland and wants to go there. And by the way, these ViewMaster sets are perfect for anyone who's never been able to visit Disneyland. You can experience it through these 3D photos, the next best thing to being there. So this actually is factory sealed, it's unopened, and yes, I'm afraid I'm one of those collectors that I'm not going to open it. At least I've been able to resist it so far. Reel 1 is Sleeping Beauty Castle, King Arthur's Carousel, spelled correctly with 2 R's, as is done in the Disney attraction, The Mad Tea Party, Snow White's Dwarfs, and Goofy and Pluto Fly with Dumbo. This obviously is fascinating. Tomorrowland. It's a little difficult to see, but here are Goofy and Mickey dressed as astronauts because they tended to do that with the opening of Space Mountain, which opened at Disneyland in 1977. Since Space Mountain is called out here at the bottom of the packet, it shows that this was updated to include Space Mountain because many of these reels over the years were updated with the new attractions, which just, of course, makes sense. So we also have the People Mover and Jet Rocket rides, the beloved People Mover. Quite a number of these reels deal with Space Mountain, no surprise. We also have Mission to Mars, and there are a number of shots about America Sings, which had debuted in 1976. It might have been a little before that, but it was certainly there for the bicentennial. There's also the Autopia, several shots with the submarine ride, and then one of the all-time favorite ViewMaster reel shots, the mountain climbers climbing the Matterhorn. Always a favorite, and again, perfect for the 3D illusion of the ViewMaster reels. Certainly one of my most favorite realms at Disneyland is Main Street, USA. So here we have a packet regarding that from the 70s. You can tell because of the categorization at the top here with the green stripe. And we have such wonderful Main Street attractions as Main Street Station, the Omnibus, great moments with Mr. Lincoln, the various vehicles, the Bob Gurr creations, beauties such as the Flower Market and Plaza Inn Restaurant, the Old Time General Store, the Candy Makers at Work, and then quite a bit of Reel C. The third reel is taken up with the Disneyland Railroad and the Grand Canyon and Primeval World dioramas. So for those of you who don't know, the ViewMaster packets included 3 reels of stereo pictures, as you've seen, a 16-page illustrated booklet, which helped tell the story, or in the case of Disneyland, gave you details about the attractions, and your mail order form, a catalog sheet listing 400 other exciting packets. That gives us an idea of how many ViewMaster packets there were. Now here are the reels, and they come in an envelope to help protect them, but the envelope for this was lost long before this was sold to me, I'm sure. And there's this great little booklet, Main Street and Primeval World, Your Magic Kingdom Read-Along booklet. And this is great because we have a little history of Walt Disney here and the creation of the park. A scenic tour of Main Street, which has a family called Clark, and also Mickey and Minnie going through the various sections of Main Street. There's also puzzles along the way, by the way, and even how to draw Minnie Mouse. So the booklet really enhanced the experience. And then, as mentioned, there's also this order form, which you could fill out, and then it folds up into an envelope, and you can mail it and receive ViewMaster packets in the mail. And here's a nice display of just some of the ViewMaster packets that were available. And then there's, I'm sure, what is not a complete list on the back. In fact, I'm sure it's not complete, but certainly a lot of them. And then there's viewers like these, and then also projectors. You can order replacement lamps and cords for those projectors. And then there's a library chest, handsome storage chest to hold your ViewMaster viewer and either ViewMaster single picture reels or up to 23 packets. Molded in attractive two-tone high-impact polystyrene. And I don't know how well you can see it, but that's what I have right here, this library chest. For 25 3-reel packets plus a viewer. And this is factory sealed in the plastic, so I have not opened it. So they certainly have some of the real classics here, like this non-Disney version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which was certainly done in the 50s. Some of the scenic ones like India, Wonders of the Deep, sports, baseball. Really any subject just about is covered by ViewMaster. It's really fun. Airplanes of the world, TV shows like Captain Kangaroo, storybook favorites like Raggedy Ann and Andy. In addition to all the Disney titles, there's Superman, Tom and Jerry, Snoopy, the Banana Splits, all kinds of fun. Now, as you have ascertained, I'm sure, all the packets were themed to one of the realms, Adventureland, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland. As you see, I certainly don't have them all, but there was one really cool set, which was Frontierland, Bear Country, and Big Thunder Mountain. And this Frontierland set was very interesting because it also incorporated a new realm, Bear Country, and also a new Frontierland attraction, Big Thunder Mountain. So that packet was doing a lot of heavy lifting. And I unfortunately do not have the whole set, but I do have this one reel. This kind of bonus reel was given to me by a collector when I bought one of these other sets. So that's just an overview of the packets that were issued over the years covering Disneyland. But even a brief overview is lots of fun when it comes to Disneyland and ViewMasters. Now in the future there will be more ViewMaster videos because I have a lot more on a lot of different topics. Please remember to like and subscribe. But for now, I have a few questions for you. Are you a bit of flotsam floating in the sea? Are you shunned by your fellow man? Are you a mess? Then please be with us next time because we'll be having our weekly meeting of the Friends of the Friendless. See you then.